Which drivers that aren't in the sport at the moment currently deserve a seat in the sport?
I think the first driver you got to look at is Liam Lawson.
Yes, instantly. Yeah. But where? Where does he fit in?
Well, that's the question. Like, Red Bull want to keep him.
Yeah. Red Bull are definitely going to want to keep him.
See, I would have risked it if I was Red Bull. Got rid of Perez. Put Danny Rick in Red Bull. And then put Lawson and Yuki in AlphaTauri.
Yeah, it does kind of fit with what you were saying about Perez. But
that's what I would have done.
That's too much of a risk, in my opinion.
Hey.
I think Danny Rick's been out for too long.
Yeah, but Danny Rick would have done the same as Perez has done in 2023. So what are Red Bull losing?
I guess you could look at it like that.
What would Red Bull be losing to put Danny Rick? Because you wouldn't expect Danny Rick to beat Max, would you?
No.
So just whack him in, because Danny Rick, no matter, his raw pace is still there.
Yeah.
And give him that Red Bull car, I think you'll still see. I think he'll qualify better than Perez did as well.
And then you're saying this allows Lawson to get.
And it allows Lawson into a seat and have a Lawson and Yuki's what? Is he 4 seasons? This is his 4th season.
Yeah. That's incredible, isn't it, from Yuki?
Yuki's then got a young driver coming up behind him. He's definitely the number 1.
Yeah.
Whereas now with Danny Rick, he might feel. Whereas Yuki put him as number 1 in that AlphaTauri with Liam Lawson.
It might.
I think it's good.
Because at the moment you can't define a number 1 at AlphaTauri, really, can you? Because it should be Yuki, but Danny Rick's experience and prowess, I think you could see Danny Rick make that team his in 2024.
You can easily, yeah.
Yeah, so... But, yeah, Liam Lawson definitely deserves a seat. I also give a shout, like we were saying earlier, to Mick Schumacher. I think he's...
Yeah, I'd just look at Mick if I was a Haas or even Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo. Yeah.
Um,
or a Williams if they decide to replace Logan Sargent. Mercedes have that tie with Williams. You could see Mercedes maybe trying to push Mick into that seat, potentially.
There's a potential. I have that much belief in Logan that won't happen.
We don't need to talk about Logan again.
I believe in him.
Yeah, Mick Schumacher is weird though, isn't it? Because it's like, where do you put him in?
I rate Mick a lot.
I do, yeah. Where does he go in though? Where does he fit into the equation?
I don't know, because it's obviously you've got your Mercedes link now, haven't you?
Yeah. So is that Ferrari link broken? It can't be, can it? Because of his dad.
No, it won't be.
It's because I think this also leads me on to, I think, the next driver I think we definitely deserves a shout is, can he go to Haas or Alfa Romeo? Because we're looking at Théo Pourchaire potentially at some point. I think Théo Pourchaire deserves a seat, 100%.
Well,
I rate him.
I don't think Bottas will be in the sport for much longer.
Do you not?
No, I think he would choose to retire.
Yeah.
Not that Alfa Romeo will get rid of him.
Yeah.
But I think he'll choose to retire. Maybe not this year, but maybe next year. Maybe before the 2026 cars.
Yeah.
I feel we might see a Bottas retirement. So you could look at it there, but is 2 years down too late for Pourchaire?
Well, the thing is,
is he ready now?
I think he's ready now. I think he needs a seat now. 2 years down the line, the issue you're looking at is obviously Nick de Vries, Stoffel Van Dorn. They were all out of F2 and other categories for a little while, and they did. Like what we're saying is they didn't progress enough. They didn't have that natural progression. It was kind of a bit scattered, and then they came in. maybe a little bit too late. Now, 2 years down the line, is it too late for Porsche? I don't know how old is Porsche. Hold on, let me have a look. Because you might. I think he's like 22.
I thought it was 22, 23.
Teo Porsche. He's 20.
Oh, wow.
So 22. That's probably.
Probably.
He's probably pushing it to maybe.
I mean, Hamilton came in at what, 23?
Yeah. Yeah, but at 22 is you're looking at you need to get in there.
That's mad though. That's
what
how young. Like you're looking at these, they've got to be like 20.
Oh yeah, the new drivers, like it never used to be like this.
How young they are.
We're saying 22 is too old to get in now.
Yeah,
that because Vettel was 22, Hamilton was 23.
Yeah,
Alonso was 20.
Back then it was like prime. Like that was like you were young if you made it then.
Yeah.
Whereas now, they're your experienced drivers.
Yeah. Well, your youngest race winner record gets broken every other year, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So like I remember we went through a phase where it was what was it, Alonso, Vettel
held it a long time.
Max, now. And then possibly did Max win a race when he was 17?
No, his first race was at Red Bull. That was his first race win. Was Red Bull at Spain.
Was he 18?
Where 2016 when Hamilton and Rosberg crashed.
Yeah, was he 18 though? Or was he 17?
When did he come? Did he come into F1 2015? Didn't he?
Yeah.
So 17. Was it 18? Nearly 19, maybe.
Possibly, yeah, something like that. So. It's crazy. The drivers are just getting younger and younger and younger. So Teo Porsche, 22 probably is like because I'm thinking as well, he could come into F1. When they rebrand as Audi, if Carlos Sainz does go, Carlos Sainz is the number one. Teo Porsche is the second driver. I think that's a pretty good lineup there for Audi if they do decide to go with it. But obviously that's assuming that he doesn't get snatched up in a Haas or a Williams. Or maybe even Red Bull decide to snatch him up at some point. Who knows? But it's or even Alpine. Forget Alpine as well. But I think he's at the point in his career now where he deserves a seat in F1. But I think if he lasts any longer without one, I think we possibly, unfortunately for him, could see a Nick de Vries situation. Do you have any other drivers that you think deserve a seat in F1? I mean, Lawson, Mick Schumacher, Teo Porsche, Oliver Bearman, I think. But I think Oliver Bearman, I think he's got that Ferrari connection, and I don't think he's quite ready yet, but I think we could see him in a Haas at some point. But as of this moment right now.
If you were Aston Martin,
and
you got rid of Stroll, would you give Drugovich a chance?
Drugovich, maybe. I'd certainly take him over Stroll. That's for sure. I think Stroll has shown his worth.
I would give him a chance.
Yeah, I'd take Drugovich over Stroll. Yeah,
interesting one. I think next year we could see quite a few available seats.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because this season we got the exact same grid, haven't we?
Yeah, that it's not going to be like that again.
No.
I think we're going to at least see one in Haas. We'll see one for AlphaTauri. We'll see one potentially at Alfa Romeo.
I think we'll see two at Alfa Romeo.
I think we'll see two. Potentially at Alpine. That could be a mid-season,
If it goes really, really pear-shaped.
Red Bull could be a mid-season.
Yeah, well, that's always the case.
Red Bull could have a proper shake-up.
I think Mercedes and Ferrari are locked in for the moment.
I think Mercedes, Ferrari and McLaren are all locked in.
Yeah, for the moment's time. I think that, I don't think that's going to change.
I think they're the three that I'd be certain on for next year.
Yeah.
Barring a Lewis Hamilton retirement.
Yeah. Or a surprise Carlos Sainz departure.
Yeah. Or even a surprise Charles, because he's been getting proper annoyed with Ferrari.
Yeah, bro, he's pissed.
He is fuming. He just gets more and more wound up as the season goes on.
Yeah, he does.